Teacher Talking Sports here, and 2 days ago we looked at five big name hitters who struggled a bit in 2021. We'll look to rebound in 2022. Now let's go to the pitching side. We're going to look at five starting pitchers who had down 2021s, and we'll also be looking to rebound in 2022. Let's get into it, starting with Yu Darvish of the San Diego Padres. He will turn 36 August 16th. Last season had a 4.22 ERA, still had a solid 1.09 whip, but his ERA more than doubled from 2020 with the Cubs, when in 12 starts in the truncated season, he had a 2.01 ERA while finishing as the runner-up for NL Cy Young to Trevor Bauer. He still struck out 10.8 batters per 9 innings last year. It was just the ERA, which did not end up very good, and that's due in large part to him struggling to end the season. If we go into his game logs, so if you go from, we're going to go from July 8th on. So in those 13 starts, he had a 6.72 ERA, 831 OPS allowed. So he just got off to, he had a rough ending, just like the entire team did, as they lost their wild card standing and really didn't even come close to making the playoffs. Next, we got Kyle Hendricks of the Chicago Cubs. Somehow had a 14-7 record last year for a bad Cubs team, despite the 4.77 ERA and 1.35 whip last year. Was his 8th in the big leagues, easily a career high in ERA. His previous career high was 3.95. His previous career high in whip was 1.19. So easily had career highs in both of those categories. He led the NL in ERA in 2016, had a 2.88 ERA in 2020. Last year, he actually led the league, giving up 200 hits. And amazingly, he had an 8 strikeout to walk ratio in 2020. That dropped to less than 3 in 2021. So Kyle Hendricks looking to bounce back. Next, we got Aaron Nola of the Philadelphia Phillies. Last year went 9-9 with a 4.63 ERA and a 1.13 whip. Got off to a slow start and was never really able to recover. The previous season, he had a 3.28 ERA. 2018, he finished third in NL Cy Young voting when he had a 2.37 ERA and less than a 1 whip. He gave up 26 homers last year in 180 2/3 innings, so that's something he's going to need to improve on. But despite the high ERA, he actually finished with a career best 5.7 strikeout to walk ratio. So Nola, looking to become one of the better pitchers again, and Phillies need it if they want to become a playoff team. Next, we got Hyun-Jin Ryu. Ryu is going to turn 35 on March 25th. He was a Cy Young finalist in each of the previous 2 years. His first year with Toronto, 2020, he finished third in AL Cy Young voting. In 2019 with the Dodgers, he finished as the runner-up for the NL Cy Young. Last year, that was not the case, as he struck out a lot less batters. At 7.6 is his worst strikeouts per 9 since his rookie year in 2013. And much like Yu Darvish, he really struggled to end the season. If we go into his game log, we could see from August 8th on. So in those 10 starts, he had an ugly 7.43 ERA, 296 batting average allowed, and 865 OPS. Ryu looking to become a Cy Young candidate once again. And last, we got Dallas Keuchel of the Chicago White Sox. Keuchel went 9-9 with a 5.28 ERA last year, 1.53 WHIP. The 2015 AL Cy Young with the Astros actually finished fifth in AL Cy Young voting in the shortened 2020 season when he went 6-2 with a 1.99 ERA in 11 starts. Gave up the least homers per 9 innings. Only gave up 2 homers in 63 and a third innings. Last year he gave up 25 in 162. Is one of the lower strikeout rate pitchers in the league. Only struck out 5.3 per 9 innings, but that 5.28 ERA is a career high for Keuchel. White Sox are an ascending team. Have a lot of young offensive talent such as Luis Robert. Have a couple aces in Lance Lynn and Lucas Giolito. They just need Keuchel to be serviceable, and that wasn't the case in 2021. So there we have it. 5 starting pitchers who will look to rebound after disappointing 2021 seasons. Is there anyone I forgot? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. Have a happy new year, guys.